Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And we're going to go quickly again because supper is looming. Uh, it's just funny. We've spent the last hour or so just looking over the map and making sure we got everything right, but it's a mess. It's a mess, folks. And the Commonwealth, hey, I'm all over the board here and got lots of stuff. You can see all the red arrows going on. Look at all the red arrows. Lots and lots of red arrows. So we're just going to let you know what's going on. We'll start over here. We got a destroyer coming down from Canada to this box right here, and two bombers are coming with. So hopefully we can get a hit. We've got this submarine coming in here, and I've already talked to Captain G. He's going to submerge that sub. So essentially, subs can't detect each other by force. But if you don't actively say, I'm submerging, it means you're going to stick around for the fight. All of this is walk-ons in here. It's all walk-ons, so no dice. And here is a single attack against the Vichy province of Syria. Over here, we got some guys going into French Indochina and a walk-on in Yunnan. Here, we're going to come and kill this destroyer, we hope. And here, we're going to hopefully take the Carolines. And here, we're hopefully going to sink 6 Japanese submarines. Hope being the operative word. Okay, so let's start with the submarines over here. We got ourselves, these 5 boats are going to go 1, 2 out to here. And that's going to be with a plane. 1, 2, 3. So I've got those 2 destroyers, but I got a third destroyer. 1, 2, 3. So I can detect all 6 submarines. The fighter can land here in the Gilbert Islands. For here, we got a little bit of fancy-dancy going on here. So Buddy's going to hop on there, come here, pick up this artillery, and go his second movement, go to the Carolines. This transport's going to come along, pick up these 2 boys, go there, and we're going to hopefully get a hit with a bombard. And then over here, we're going to come and take care of this Siamese destroyer using a cruiser, a coastal sub, and a destroyer there, as well as, you guessed it, Mr. Tactical. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can land here in Java. All right, well, let's fight. We'll start here with the Japanese submarines. There's 6 of them. I have 3 subs, 3 destroyers, and 1 fighter. So the subs are shooting at 4. The destroyers are also shooting at 4, and the fighter is shooting at 6. All right, and I've got my Japanese defense dice already here. Now, I do have 3 submarines, so they do have, they're not detected, so they do get 3 sneaks. So if I should probably roll them first. So here are the 3 subs shooting at the 6 subs. Well, they didn't get any hits anyway. Well, these dice can't miss twice, so I'm going to use them for the destroyers. And they sure can miss twice. Well, that's fantastic. 0 for 6. And a 1. So that's 1 Japanese casualty. And there's 6 subs. And they get a hit. So they get a hit on their subs. All right, so I'm down to 2 subs with sneak attacks. Can't get a hit. And I got 3 destroyers. Got 1 hit. Okay, so that's another hit. That's 2 total. And then I've got the fighter at a 6. It's terrible. And then there's 5 Japanese subs, and they get another hit. Because why don't they, indeed? I can't get hits with good dice. He's getting hits with crap dice. Here we go. Here's my sub. Of course, it's a miss. My 3 destroyers. Well, I finally got 1 hit. All right. And then the fighter gets a hit. So that's 4 hits now. So we've had 2 on them, which means they have 4 submarines. And they get another hit. This is getting preposterous. So that's 3 hits they've had. So I'm done. All my submarines are gone. I'm just going to hang on to my destroyers right now. Did I want to lose a destroyer and try a sub? We'll just keep going here. So 3 destroyers. 1 hit. That's 5. And can the fighter finish him off? He can. So that's all of the hits. That's 6 hits on the 6 subs. He's gotten 3 so far, but he has 2 left. Okay. All right. Well, it cost me 3 subs. This is just too far away to do anything with. So all these subs are gone now. All right. So they're there. He's in the Gilberts. Good for him. Okay. So here we are. We're in the Carolines. Now, this is a bit of a sticky wicket because during an amphibious assault, they defend at a +1. So he's typically a 4. He gets that, so he's 5. And he's on an original Japanese territory. So he's actually a 6 on defense. I've got a 4, 2 3s, and 2 2s. Okay, so 4. Get rid of these. 2 3s. And 2 2s. This is what I'm rolling with. I need 1 hit. Whoops. Oh, I got a 3. So, all right. So we got him, and he gets a 6 in return. Okay, so no hit for him. That's gone, and the Anzac take over the Caroline. I'm going to move these down to here. Boy, losing 3 subs like that. I thought I'd get through that faster. All right, here we go. We've got a... I forgot to see what you attack at. Coastal sub. I believe the coastal sub attacks. All right, Dutch, where are you? Sorry, folks. All right, so coastal sub. What are you looking at? You're looking at my dice. Okay, here we go. So a coastal sub. Nope, that's the wrong sheet. Sorry, folks. This is not what you signed on for, is it? Not even close. I apologize. This is crazy. All right, coastal sub. Attacks at a 3. Good thing I looked it up. All right, so it attacks at a 3. So we got a 3, a 4, a 6, and a 7. All right, so we got a 3, a 4, a 6, and a pink die for the 7. And look at that, we got 2 hits. Okay, that's good. His defense is a 4. Got a 12. Okay, so he's going to go in the bone pile over here. All right, over here we've got a 2 and 2 3s and a 6 going into French Indochina. So we've got a 2, we've got 2 3s and a 6. Okay, so the 3's got a hit. And French Indochina, nothing. All right. It's in the bone pile. I believe that is all of the actual fights I've got out here. So we are... Yeah, the rest of that is just walk-ons. So here into Iraq. So we have 2 at 2 and we have 4 at 6. So 2 at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's defending with a green die at 4. All right, so here we go. And our 2's got a hit. And a 6 got 1 hit. Not great, but it's enough. So the Vichy are kicked out of Syria. All right, now the last one that we're actually rolling dice. And this is the one that really kind of bothers me because I just have a feeling I'm going to miss with all my 4s. He's going to get a 2 and he'll remain and I have to fly home. So I've got a 4. So I'm going to come around the table here. This just isn't easy. And then these 2 bombers are coming in. This is just tough, folks. Got to take my word for it here. So I've got 5 at 4 and he has 1 at 2. Watch this one come up with a 1 and these are all double digits. Here we go. Well, I was almost right about the double digits, but at least the 1 missed. Okay, well, we're going to try that again. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's been that kind of game, you know? The dice have just been crazy on both sides. We're not getting picked on or anything, but it's just a crazy thing. But at least we got rid of the convoy, and the bombers go back to England. Okay. So that's it for all of the combat. So I'm going to pause it here and make things look nice, and we'll come right back to it in just a second. Okay, my phone keeps buzzing because I'm sure the guys are, hopefully they did not saying, oh wait, you can't do that with something. So hopefully we're okay. All right, non-com. We're gonna bring this 1, 2, 3 up here to Dutch New Guinea. So a man and an artillery and a transport move up to Dutch New Guinea. Takes care of that. The plane here can only land there. He only had a space of 1. This plane here, 1, 2, 3, he can move 2, but he's just going to move 1. He's going to move back to Burma. These guys are all done. We're going to claim that property in just a moment. And now we're going to move all this junk up here. So we've got 4, that's 8. We got 9 infantry, 1 artillery. I just flicked something with my finger and I don't know what it was. Anyway, hopefully it wasn't a bad thing. I think it might have been this guy. No, don't think so. I'm gonna have to check the film. So we've got 3 tanks plus a Churchill going into Burma. So we have 9 infantry, an artillery, 3 tanks, and 1 Churchill and a fighter in Burma. I'll check and see where that guy was. If he was actually here, we'll move him in. These guys are all moving over. We'll just move him up that way. Okay, I already moved these guys in because that was simple. This one here is a little confusing. So, buddy, this is an attack, but if they're just walk-ons and it's just don't like knocking things over. Everybody here is going in. So Britain's going to go up 3, and Italy will go down 3. So these guys are moving in. This tank is coming in the attack. There's a transport in here. There's actually 2 transports. And they're going to pick up Buddy here and pick up Buddy here out of Cairo and bring them into Alexandria. But wait, there's more. We have this transport coming up into here, bringing 2 more guys in from Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. And then we have a man and a tank coming in on this transport. So this Navy now has 4 transports in it. So these guys are getting brought up into here as well. So now we have 2 tanks, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 men in Alexandria. And then we have 2 destroyers, 1, 2. They're going to join. So now there are 7 destroyers in that fleet in the Med. Trying to cause the Italians some kind of grief, but he just doesn't seem to care. Over here, we have this non-combat. These, the transport and the destroyer are going to go 1, 2 and come hide here with the Ruskies. And I think we're actually leaving the man there. But we do have, coming all the way around to the other side. Ooh, freaky. Over here, we have a transport right here. It's going to go 1, 2, and that's where we have to go back to the other side of the board. And we're going to move back the man and the artillery that are in British Columbia. They're moving back to Alberta. Okay? That's what's happening there. As you can see, folks, the Japanese, pretty much their entire surface fleet and they got like 15 units that they can land, and they're probably going to take San Fran and most of the West Coast this next turn. So that'll be fun. So that Canadian transport comes around. There you go, flat earthers. Explain that one. All right, he's now in Sea Zone 50 with the American destroyer and little sub chaser. All right. I believe that is everything there as far as movements. Oh, look at that. That's why we put the arrows down. 1, 2. We have a mech and a artillery that have gone up to Uganda. Is there anything else I'm missing? Anything else I'm missing? I don't think so. I sure hope not. Triple Crown's yelling at the screen. You forgot the... All right. So now we're putting all this stuff on. So we have the British building a tank in Canada, and the Canadians building a man. He's going to go up in British Columbia. Heyo. I'll put him up there later on. You don't have to watch that clumsiness again. And then we're going to put the other units in here. So we have a man, an artillery, a tank, a mech, anti-aircraft gun, and 2 fighters in Quebec. This is easy. Medium bomber going into South Africa. There we go. My Afrikaans need some work. Over here we've got 2 mans. We have one going into Bangladesh and one going into West Bengal. The 3 tanks are going into Calcutta. There we go. Oh, you know what? I did an oopsie. I'm going to take back $6. I forgot I can only build 3 things in there. So I'm taking back $6 for the FEC. All right. Can't break the rules like that. So we're only putting in 1 tank, 1 Churchill, and 1 tactical in here. And this man walked up from Madras. And Anzac. We are going to put their Force Z guy in there, along with a transport and a cruiser. And the destroyer is going to go here in their colonial factory, right there. All right, and the last one is Britain. Okay, Britain ain't quitting. We're under some heavy duress right now. We have a destroyer and a Flower-class corvette going into Cairo. So that is fully 8 destroyers and a Flower-class corvette. That's really tough to say. I'm probably going to end up swearing at some point. We'll do this guy here. 1 man going into Tehran, military base. We have 3 men and a commando and a Flower-class corvette heading over here to merry old England. All right. So we're going to put 3 men in Liverpool, a commando in England, and a Flower-class corvette in Sea Zone 24. So take that, Germany. It is now a hostile sea zone, so they can't load their transports. So we're kind of happy about that. All right, that is everything. And we'll adjust the board and get right back to you. All right, so Britain ends up at 43 on the chart, and they get 13 in bonus, 5 for having 8 transports in play, 3 for having all of their African territories, and 5 for sharing this area in the Middle East with the Allies. So that would take them up to 56. But alas, these Germans are here convoying them, so that takes them down to 54. So they have 54, and they saved once. That'll be 55. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 55 for Britain next turn. Canada saved 1. Canada remains at 10, and they have +2 for the convoys, or for the transports. So Canada will have 13. South Africa spent all of its money, and South Africa is at 6. And they do get +1 for having all the boats on board. So they get 7. FEC saved 6 because I was stupid and forgot about the build limit. So they have now on the board 29. And they get some bonuses here. Just going to make sure I get the bonuses right, because if you get the bonuses wrong, you got to go back. And I hate going back. So the bonuses FEC gets, if they have Hong Kong or Singapore. We lost Singapore, but we still own Hong Kong, strangely enough. So because of that, we get a +3. And we get +2 for all the boats. So that's +5 on to the 29. So that'll be 34 for the FEC. So that's 10, 25, 31. Oh, sorry, that's the 6 I saved. So that's 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to have to get some more cash. All right. So $35. $34. But we saved 1. No, we saved 6. So if we save 6, we're getting 34. It should be 40 total. Come on, get it together, Hilltop. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. 40 bucks for FEC. Anzac saved, nope, we saved nothing because we bought that other guy. So we're at 21, and Anzac gets some nice little bonus here. They get +3 when they own all of these nice islands down here. Rabaul, Solomon Islands, and all that, which we own. So that's pretty nice. And we get +2 when we've got our transports in play. And we definitely have 8 transports on the board. So that's +5 onto the 21. So that'll be 26 bucks. And I think that's right there, 26. So we're putting some change back here. All right, well, that's everything, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed that carnage. And I tell you, this game is really odd. Captain G is definitely doing the whole let's try to crush America down. And he's doing well, he hasn't done it yet, but he's going to do a splendid job of it. So Triple Crown is kind of up against it there. But as we look here, we can see that the Soviets and the CCP, and to a lesser extent the KMT, are still a thorn in the side of the Japanese. They outnumber the Japanese here on the mainland, and Japan gets to go next, though. And they've got a couple transports, some amphibious tanks, all that kind of fun stuff. But here comes FEC, a little bit of pressure here on Siam, and Singapore might head back into UK hands, Commonwealth hands. That time will tell. Over in Africa, this tends to happen every game, where the Italians and the UK are, they build up and they're pretty strong, but they're just not strong enough to attack the other guy. You can see that Cairo is pretty empty right now, but the Italian fleet is up here, does not have a port where they are, and they actually can't really match. This is the Italian fleet. It's a good fleet. They've got a wounded battleship, 3 cruisers, 5 destroyers, and a transport, so they can ship things. But they definitely don't want to get within range of this fleet, which outnumbers them and outclasses them in everything right now. So they certainly don't want to stir up the hornet's nest at this juncture, which gives the Brits a little moment of pause and cheers them up considerably. But over here, this is where Italy and Germany have been putting their efforts. And yeah, it's a real mess. It's a real mess, I'm here to tell you. So the Italians have transports here that are within range. 1, 2, 3. They're within range of New England and Washington. Now the U.S. goes next, and the main U.S. fleet with battleships and carriers and all that kind of stuff is right there. So obviously not a problem to deflect that offering. But Canada is also kind of under the gun because the Germans, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, they can come on over here and come after Canada as well. And with the Japanese definitely doing their sneak attack next turn, that is only likely that the Americans will be in the war as soon as Canada gets attacked. Could be a problem, but the entire Luftwaffe is over here, save 2 planes off in Leningrad. And we'll give you a little look at Leningrad. We'll come from the North Pole. So as we look over here, again, this is the way it always is, very sparse, and a little bit of a buildup here in Leningrad. The Germans had taken all of these territories, and the Russians just came and took them back this last turn, built some heavy hitters there. But the Germans really aren't going for Moscow. You can tell that their heart just isn't in it right now. Their heart is definitely in putting pressure on America, possibly a sea lion idea, perhaps. Maybe go land in Canada. I don't know. You don't want to do that if it's winter. But myself and Triple Crown are kind of scratching our heads going, which way is he going? What's he doing here? So it will be interesting to see what this German fleet does on the German turn. It will be interesting to us. But as you can see, there's a plethora of air power here. Lots and lots of air power. He's got 4 transports. He does have an air transport here, and he's got another one here. So Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't think he wants to do a sea lion at this point. He's more than welcome to. I'd love him to do it. But you never know. He's done some crazier things. And over here, I left these here. These are the partisans. Just before the Soviet turn, this is what happened because the Japanese had vacated here. The two SNLF are actually over here now. What's that guy doing? Oh, that's the Canadian I built. So the Canadian is now there. So the partisans would spring up. They don't do anything. They defend at a 2. But if the Japanese didn't come back in, then infantry will take their place and reclaim the territory. And so the Soviets now are up at 43, tied with the British. Japanese are at 53, tied with the Americans. And the Germans are at 62, and everybody else is under that. So the Italians and FEC are pretty close together, 31 and 29 respectively. And everybody else is kind of way back in the pack. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed that, folks. That was a long turn, and lots going on, and those bloody subs, they really put the boots to me over here. So we're gonna have to rebuild, and we kind of did this turn, building 3 boats, and we'll probably keep building and see if we can't survive. We'll see what Japan's going to do here. Siam and Singapore are now officially cut off by the British, and they might have to get their merchant marine down here, bringing guys down to bulk them up. Time will tell. Thanks so much for watching, folks. As we always say, hug your loved ones. Thank your friends for playing. And what a mess. May those dice be with you.